So we've completed reassembling the organ now with all of our parts in there. So this is the stop rail that we looked at first of all. So on the left hand side here we have got the auxiliary board, which is feeding the LEDs for the crescendo and the auto bass LED and various other bits and bobs like that. And then in the middle, this is the lighted rocker tab controller, which we installed earlier. And then what I've done, it had these brackets on the back of this whole stop rail, so I've just added a couple of pieces of wood which run the whole length of the these brackets here. There's one either side, kind of a foot or so in from the end, as you can see there, which has just made a handy little base to bolt these down to. And then we've used these like Ethernet cables, Cat5 RJ45 cables. So there's one from the auxiliary board, and then there's another one from the lighted rocker tab controller, and they come back to the main controller, which is in the center here. So we've got the various connections. So the one on the left here, this is for our matrix keyboards, and we've got the circuit boards for those just under here. So one for the grate and one for the swell. They're the ones that we connected to the keyboards earlier via these white wires at the front, which you can just see in there. And then at the back again, they're connected with these RJ45 Ethernet type cables, so they're just looped together. So it comes from the controller and into the grate, and then from the grate into sorry, the other way around, so the controller to the swell, from the swell into the grate, and from the grate is this one here, which disappears down and comes out the bottom. That's in one of those back-to-back things there, but that goes across to the pedal board, which is over here, and that just plugs into the back of the pedal board in that socket that we saw earlier. And the reason that we've got these little back-to-back connectors is because what I've done on the rear of the organ is I've used these little panel mount back-to-back connectors, so that it's easy for people to connect to the organ from the outside, and it's also easy to remove the back panel because all we've got to do is just unplug these cables from the inside. So there's one at the top, which is for the network, because this is all you can control this thing remotely over the network using VNC. And at the bottom there's one there for the pedals, so the pedals just plug in there. So obviously when it's put back together, that will take the place of those two back-to-back connectors there. On the right hand side here we've got just a regular ATX power supply with a breakout board. We've got our own power management system here, the Pi 5, which is what we're using to do all of the clever stuff and produce the sounds and so on. And then there's a little 4-port hub over here with a USB sound card adapter thing, and I'm really surprised actually. Every time I use these, I'm surprised at the sound quality that you actually get out of those little cards. It works really well for what we're using here for the organ. So that's everything on the top shelf. Moving down underneath, we've got our tutty connection strip here, which we used for the toe pistons, and behind that we've got our incandescent lamp driver board, which we've seen before, and then to the right of that for the amplifier I've used one of those car amplifier things. It claims to be 1,000 watts or something ridiculous, which obviously it isn't, but the important thing is it's a Class AB amplifier. Whatever you do, do not use a Class D amplifier for this, it will sound absolutely awful. They're very cheap but they sound terrible, so that's no use. But this is a Class AB amplifier, which is nice. It runs over 12 volts. The ATX power supply can easily supply that, but what's also good is that it has a one of these terminals here, the center one, is a remote power enable if you want. So as long as you apply 12 volts to that, then the amplifier is switched on, and if you don't apply 12 volts to it, the amplifier is switched off. But the main 12 volts, which is either side of it, is continuously on, and that's obviously provided by a thicker cable, and that's kind of just on all the time from the power supply. But the enable signal only comes on once the organ's finished booting up and it's ready to play. and the reason for that is that if the amplifier was on all the time, as the organ boots up, there's lots of pops and bangs and horrible noises created by the computer actually starting up. So the next thing is the two swell pedals that we looked at earlier. They're here, and what I've actually managed to do, if I can zoom in, I don't know how well it will show up, but we've got these IDC connectors, and luckily enough, once I'd removed the cable from them, they come apart quite easily. I managed to just replace the original cable with some of this is actually alarm cable, and that just went in, and I could just push those down and re-crimp those. It works perfectly. So it means, if I zoom out again, you can just easily unplug them for service should that ever be necessary, and that's a nice easy way of doing that. So I think that's about it for the rear of the organ. So I'm at the point now where I'm just about to put the rear cover on, and once I've done that, we'll turn it round and I'll show you how it works. Okay, so here's the organ from the front. It's all put back together now. It's got its back on, its top, music rest, and everything else. It's currently switched off, so if we switch it on, the way our system works, bearing in mind that when we fire this thing up, it's got to boot up that Raspberry Pi, which doesn't take very long, but it does take an amount of time, and obviously you can't play it until that time's expired. So what we've done, we've added a little LED here, and when we switch it on, once the Pi starts to boot, this will go red, and then when everything's ready to play, it'll go green. So if we switch this on, you see a couple of the stops light up, they reset, turn themselves off again, and then the little LED comes on red. So now it's just a short wait whilst it does its thing, and then as soon as that goes green, the amplifiers will be enabled and everything will work as normal. So not much else to say really about this, other than as soon as that's finished booting up and it goes green, I'll give you a little demonstration of the sounds it can make. I shan't attempt to play it because I'm a lot better engineer than I am musician. So it's gone green now, so if we just select something, let's go for that registration that's set on the second piston, just proves that the pistons work really. So you can see now that the second LED, the one with number 2 on it, has lit up, and also they're mimicked on the toe pistons here, so hopefully you can see that the second toe piston's lit up as well. So if I go for a different registration, say number 3, that'll move along number 4, and the same up here. And then we've got the AB here, so we've got the AB selection piston here, and we've got our A and B indications there. So we press the piston, that will switch to B, and now if we zoom that back out and go for number 2, you'll see we get a different registration again. But if we just go back to A and number 2, that gives us some stops on each division. So we can see now that works. That's the swell. Also the swell pedal, if I can contort myself to find it. Okay, so hopefully you can hear that's quieter, and that goes up and down as I operate the pedal. The great keyboard, that works also, and the crescendo pedal, that's the one on the right. We've got our crescendo indication here. If I can find it with my foot, so if I turn that right up, this isn't set up yet with the stops to make it sound loudest. In fact, there's hardly anything, as you can hear, on its full amount. And then if we turn that all the way back down, that goes back down to 0. Still pretty much get the same sound, to be honest. But anyway, that's all got to be set up once it arrives back on site, when it's voiced and everything else, which is not my job. That's above my pay grade, I'm afraid, so they'll make it all sound nice when that gets there. So is there anything else to say about this? Not really. The pedals, they're over here at the minute. Obviously if we press a pedal, we get noises from that, which is all good. And then we've got our general cancel button, obviously, which turns everything off, and now we don't get any sound from it at all. So that's pretty much the result of everything we've done. The organ's been taken from a non-working 1983, was it, I think, or something? Might have been 1993. Looking at the date codes, can't remember. It's in one of the earlier videos on this. But we've taken it from a non-working console to a nice little organ, really, now. And once it's been voiced and everything back on site in its church, hopefully they'll be happy with that for many years to come. So the only other thing is, how do you shut it down? Bearing in mind it's a computer, you can't just rip the power out the back. Well, you could, I suppose, but it won't do it a lot of favours. So again, what happens when we switch the power switch off, you'll see the LED goes red, which initiates the shutdown sequence. And on a Pi with the NVMe card on it, which we're using, that's very, very quick. So we turn that off, that goes red straight away, and then it's gone off. So that's now switched off. It's running off an ATX power supply, which you saw in the back, so that is obviously now in standby mode, so it does take a tiny bit of power until you actually finally unplug the thing from the wall, which is plugged in around the back there. But it does have that 25 watt tubular heater all the way along the back to try and combat the damp of the church a little bit, so that's always drawing power as well. So I don't think the few milliwatts of standby for the power supply is really going to be noticeable against the current draw from the heater. So there it is. That is the Praeludium Galanti organ, all back and working now with all new electronics inside, and that's the end of this series. So if you've watched it through, I hope you enjoyed it. We will be looking at the software that we've used on the Raspberry Pi. That's going to be in a second series, like a sister series if you want, to this one. But for what we've actually done on the organ, this is the end of this series. But I will link the playlist for the, it might even be just one long video. I don't know yet how I'm going to do that, but I will take you through the software on the Raspberry Pi and show you how we've done all of that. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it all.